Hello friends, welcome to another episode of the Rifle Church channel. Getting geared up to go on a fall hunting trip, and I'm going to be bringing two rifles with me. And I have a bit of a selection of rifles that I'm considering for the hunt, and I'm gonna show them to you. There's going to be a military surplus rifle, and there's going to be my standard hunting package for big game. And the target game species is bull moose. So there's going to be a military surplus firearm, and there's going to be an actual, modern state-of-the-art hunting rifle. The purpose of why I'm bringing one and the other is it has really very little to do with the calibers or the sighting system. It's just simply got to do with effective range for me. Okay, so a military surplus firearm, I'm going to be able to deploy, 200 to 300 meters. It's kind of where my comfort zone is being able to deliver a well-aimed strike on a target. Okay. Outside of that, I need to go up to the next level in technology. And this is for me. Some of you may be different. Maybe you could use a K98 to shoot a moose out to 400 yards. That's fine. But I'm just telling you where my boundaries are. Plus, it's also nice, depending on the type of lighting conditions, is to have a rifle with an optic rather than just open sights, because an optical telescopic sight or a scope, because sometimes in relatively low light conditions you can see details better when you're looking at a bull moose. If you're you get more light transmission even in low light. If you're shooting with open sights in twilight conditions, still safe shooting conditions, but you basically are shooting at a silhouette. And center of mass is basically your point of aim. But with a scope, you can actually see details, and you're actually getting more light coming into the scope and into your eyes. So things seem brighter using a scope. Anyway, I don't want to kill that one. But so surplus and modern. So I have a couple of choices that I'm going to be looking at. The first one that I'm seriously considering is number 1 Mark III Lee Enfield, lovingly called Irene. Irene because it's my grandmother's name and my mother's given name. So Irene has been given such a name. It must be a special rifle to me. Okay, so this here is Canadian issue. It's got C-Broad arrow stamps all over it. This is all as it came from the Army, from on the scale of issue to a Canadian soldier. It has been sitting in grease and wrap and crates in a warehouse somewhere, and it is, not too long ago I took it out of the crates, cleaned it up, and started using it. So this is an original Canadian military SMLE, and it shoots pretty darn good too. I'm shooting, this is 303 British, and I'm shooting 180 grain Campro semi-round nose soft point at around 2,385 feet per second. And so this will definitely do the job. These are heavy rifles. I mean, these are blood and guts, nuts and bolts, battlefield and proven rifles, and fantastic little piece. I absolutely love this rifle. The other one of the other options is a rifle that I've been working on lately, which is the VZ24, an 8x57 JS, and I'm shooting a Hornady 195 grain Spitzer point flat base interlock. And I have not chronographed the loads yet, but I'm getting very, very good groups at 100 meters, about 2 inches, 5-round groups with that bullet. I suspect the velocity is in the vicinity of just over 2,400 feet per second for that bullet, and it will kill moose dead, right? And this is actually a G24T, kind of a VZ24 variant, and it is a very, very good shooting rifle. Very good shooting rifle. This one here appears to be a bit of a rebuild, and I seriously doubt that it's ever actually seen military action, whereas the SMLE very likely has. This is the Yugoslavian M48, and another excellently shooting rifle. Beautiful elm wood stock on this thing, and honestly, it shoots just as good as that G24T. Honestly, it does. And it's probably just got a little bit more heft to it. Okay, it's probably even a heavier rifle than the laminated wood stock on the G24T. Again, an excellent shooting rifle, and beautiful. I like it a lot. Machining is not quite the same, but it's a good rifle. And this here is the, which is my primary hunting rifle, is the Tikka T3 stainless with a Butler Creek composite stock and 300 short mag. And I've got the Canadian Leupold 3-9x40. It's a CDS scope. It's a Very 2, but it does have the I have the elevation turret on here. It's in quarter-minute MOA adjustments. Tactical rings by, I believe it's Burris. And it is the only rifle, a hunting rifle, that I've ever shot a one-hole group with. So you're probably safe in assuming why this is kind of my standard hunting rig. There's the target. It was a keeper. So I'm running a, where is it? A 300 short mag. That's a 200 grain Nosler Accubon running at 2,870 feet per second. So it is singing right along. I mean, this one hole group is 3 rounds through that little hole right here in the middle. And so the Nosler Accubons, they're one hell of a bullet, and they are a bonded bullet. So it's kind of like having. I've yet to shoot a moose with this, but the concept is that the copper jacket is bonded to the lead core, and the ballistic tip helps with mushrooming of the tip. And I'm looking forward to hunting with that bullet. I'm very, very confident with accuracy out to extended ranges with this, but that is also on the environmental and the conditions. I mean, it's all subject to all kinds of different things. Right? On a beautiful, clear day with no wind, I might be able to take a certain shot at a specific distance with confidence when hunting. But with crosswind and vapor in the air, or other things, you know, an imperfect shooting position, all these different kind of variables that will come into my comfort levels in taking a shot at an animal that is moving at a specific distance, right? So all of your conditions are always going to change. So having a rifle like this just helps to with some of those situations. So that is definitely coming with me. But pray tell, by the way, I've free floated everything on here. I took the original plastic stock off because, you know what, it didn't weigh enough. It didn't have enough mass. But with the Butler Creek fiberglass stock on there, I got a bit more mass back, which I like. So, which milsurp am I going to take? And I've thought about this, and I already know what the answer is, but I would take any 3 of these rifles hunting without any problem whatsoever. I mean, the calibers are perfectly suited for the job. The bullets and the velocities are perfect for what they do. And yes, all 3 of them are very heavy rifles, but that's what they are. That's what military surplus rifles are. They're heavy. But which one am I going to pick? The Visa 24 is slick, right? But it's untried. This specific rifle is basically brand new. I pulled it out of grease, I cleaned it up. It's brand new. It's never been on a battlefield. Same thing with the Yugo M48. It's never been on a battlefield. It's pristine. It's brand new. It's untried. But the Lee Enfield has gone to war. And a military surplus firearm isn't really a military surplus firearm unless it's seen some active duty. And so it's Irene. Irene is going back to the field. And I'm looking forward to send her a mass on a moose with this beautiful rifle. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's going to be one hell of a hunting trip. It's going to be boats. It's going to be marshland. It's going to be fishing. It's going to be campfires, telling stories, and we're going to capture some of it on film. And so you'll see these two rifles, the SMLE and the Tikka, in the field doing what they do when it's time to go hunting. So until then, bid you guys a good one, and Maple Leaf up. Cheers, folks.